Unit 16 uses the law of cosines. So that's the formula a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of a. This is if your triangle is ABC, the capitalized letters are the angles, the lowercase letters are the sides. It doesn't have to be A, it can be B or C, but whatever is here, the corresponding angle has to be here. So if we are given that triangle ABC, angle C is 32 degrees, A is 28, B is 13, and you need to solve for C. We would use this equation, but where A is where I'll put C. So instead, I'd write the equation C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of C. So we're looking for C, so that goes C squared equals 28 squared plus 13 squared minus 2 times 28 times 13 cosine of 32. So we'll do some of this arithmetic here. 784 plus 169 minus 728 times 0.848. This is a value that you plug into your calculator. Make sure your calculator is in degrees and not radians. Some calculators require you to press cosine and then 32. Some require you to press 32 and then cosine. It'll just depend on your calculator. And then if we do this all the way out, we get C squared equals 335.656. Take the square root of each side, and you're left with C equals 18.32. So I'm going to do a couple more examples for you because there's a large variety of problems in this set of questions. So the next one, they're just going to give you the side measurements. You're going to keep using the same formula, but this one says that there's three sides that are 10 meters, 12 meters, and 18 meters. And it asks you to find the largest angle. So the largest angle will always be across from the largest side. So we would set that up as this one can be the A, and then we're going to solve for A over here. So you write that as 18 squared equals 10 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 10 times 12 cosine of A. So 324 equals 100 plus 144 minus 240 cosine of C. And 324 equals 244 minus 240 cosine of C. Subtract the 244 and you're left with 80 equals negative 240 cosine of C. Divide by negative 240. You get that cosine of C, I'm sorry, cosine of A. Sorry. Cosine of A equals negative 0.333. Now to get this A, you're going to have to find a button on your calculator that says cosine to the negative 1. You might have to press an inverse key first, which is INV, and then cosine to get this out. But you're going to do cosine of negative 0.333. So you got to find this button that's cosine the -1 power. And that's how you kind of get that A by itself. And that will give you A equals 109.5 degrees. Okay. I'm going to do one more for you because this one seems to be fairly confusing from time to time because it's not very straightforward and there's some information that you have to infer based upon what you've learned about rhombuses and things like that. So I'll walk you through this one. So this one says, in a rhombus whose side is 36 and the smaller angle 32, find the length of the larger diagonal. So I know that you're reading that and you're saying, I have no idea what you want me to do or how to do it. So I like to start, whenever I encounter something like that, we're trying to draw what is being asked of me, right? So this smaller angle is 32 degrees. So if you remember from a rhombus, all four sides are equal, right? And so if this angle is 32, the opposite angle is also 32. And the total of all the angles inside is 360 degrees. Okay, but we want to find this diagonal, because that's the longer diagonal. It's the one that's opposite the larger angles. So the first thing you're going to want to do is solve for these missing angles. So we know that 360 degrees equals 32 plus 32 plus, let's make these big X, X plus X. Let me get a different marker so that you can see that a little bit better. So we are left with 360, much better, equals 64 plus 2x. So subtract 64, and you get 296 equals 2x. Divide by 2, you get that x equals 148 degrees. So these angles are 148 degrees. Right? Okay. So, we were told in the beginning that the sides were 36. Sorry, I didn't write that down. Now we know that all four sides are equal in a rhombus, right? So we know that all the sides are 36. So now we have two of the legs. We're missing the largest one. The largest one will be opposite the largest angle, so we can use this formula now. So we'll have x squared equals 36 squared plus 36 squared minus 2 times 36 times 36 cosine of 148. Okay, so if you look at this formula, these are the sides, and the largest angle is 148. And now we just do the arithmetic. So x squared equals 2592 minus 2592 times negative 8.848. Again, you get this value by plugging it into your calculator. So that gives us x squared equals 4,790.14. Got to take the square root of each side to get our final answer. X equals 69.21. So the length of the longer diagonal is 69.21.